Lots of Idai survivors rushed to receive their aid when they knew it had arrived. In Mozambique, aid workers have had difficulties delivering food and other necessities, as well as heavy floods in the wake of the storm. A widely broken infrastructure in and around the worst-hit city of Beira is also hampering relief efforts.
We have no energy. 99% of electricity poles fell. We've no power. Everything's destroyed. The hospital's facing the same problem. We've no communication or drinking water.
In a show of concern, Mozambique's President Felipe Nyusi visited one of the shelters in Beira. But the survivors' excitement was overshadowed by disarray everywhere. Citizens are panicking because help is slow and clearly insufficient. Fights over food erupt.
People who didn't sleep here came here early in the morning to receive food. We slept here and have no right to receive it.
Chaos in the shelters. And out on the streets, a lot of people are still at risk, trapped by the floodwaters. The United Nations described the havoc caused by Cyclone Idai as, quote, a massive disaster, affecting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people.
For more, I'm joined by Bettina Luescher from the World Food Program, which is providing relief in Mozambique right now. Thanks for coming in this morning. What more do we know about the situation in the affected areas in Mozambique?
It's really tough. I mean, when you fly over this area, it looks as if there's a whole ocean that has moved inland, miles and miles of water, people on roofs, people spend days in trees, schools are sheltering people. So we're bringing in food. We have these little energy biscuits that have all the nutrients that a person needs to survive, because they can't cook, they have nothing. We bring in water, we bring in supplies, we have teams on the ground who do emergency telecoms so that the aid workers can actually talk to each other and organize a response. But it's a massive crisis.
It is, isn't it? It's important to get people to higher ground right now. That's what we've been hearing. You have 200 people on the ground in Mozambique. What are they saying? What are the main obstacles for them right now?
It's the water. I mean, we're bringing in helicopters. We are dropping off food and other supplies and water to people that are stuck in areas. But you also have to mount a huge logistical response. We're going to bring C-130 cargo planes in. Food is coming in from all over southern Africa, because we will feed 500,000 people. Just think of that. And that takes a lot, but it's massive because we already were on the ground before this disaster struck. We handed out food vouchers so people could buy food before the cyclone hit, so they had food for 2 weeks. But this is on a totally different scale now.
Okay, is the international effort coming together? What are you seeing happen in Mozambique in terms of people pulling together from various nations to help those in need right now?
Exactly, and what happens in a crisis like this, I've done, for example, the tsunami in Indonesia, is you work together, various countries, you bring in military from countries. We are working, for example, with South African rescue teams using their helicopters in the beginning to bring food and other supplies to things. It has to be really coordinated so that people get everything. The big concern now is that dams could be breaking from other rivers, that there could be more flooding, that water from rains is still coming into the country now, and of course the fear of disease. Cholera, typhoid, malaria, all of that is now a huge concern.
Okay, well, good luck to you and your people on the ground there in Mozambique in the days ahead. Bettina Luescher from the World Food Program, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.